All right. What is up, everybody? This is Cody, aka DFS Prodigy, coming to you live to talk about this upcoming DraftKings slate for March 3rd, 2021. So you can hear my dogs barking. Obviously, something's going on downstairs. I don't know what's happening. Oh, well. So basically, like always, hit me up in the questions if you want to talk about anything of the slate. Basically, I'm here to answer any questions. Gonna go from there. My dogs are still barking. But anyways, we can go game by game. Basically, start off with Indiana and Cleveland, and then we'll kind of go and break down the showdowns. But basically, let's just start off with who I like from each game, kind of, because now we're having starting lineups. So there's not much I like, again, in the Indiana and Cleveland game. So, I mean, Dean Wade starting at 4,100 for Cavs, but he hasn't done much whatsoever. He's still, if we're looking at it, he doesn't play maybe 20 minutes or so. But again, like I said, maybe 18 points. But his price tag of 4-1 for Dean Wade, not really one I want. So again, that's pretty much a cross-off game. Utah and Philly with Tobias Harris now active. There's not much I want. Again, I mean, it's the usual starting lineup for the 76ers. But again, just not much I want, really. Looking at the Utah side of the ball, though, I don't think we got starting lineups yet for Utah. Yeah, we haven't. Again, don't want much, really. There's not a lot I like. I mean, this game's tough because of the defensive end of the Philly team and the Javs team because of how good they are defensive-wise. So there's not much I want, like I said, in this game. Like, the first couple games aren't really what I want, but let's talk about a game that we definitely want to stay in tune for. Is this Detroit and Toronto? So Lowry starting, Powell starting. We have Bain starting, which is surprisingly, we have Terrence Davis starting and Watanabe starting. Be warned, though, this lineup could easily change. They have 10 guys active. This lineup could easily change. They could throw Boucher in and pull Baines out within 3 minutes of the game. So, again, be careful with Baines starting. I think he may get good minutes. Just depends on how good this matchup is, basically, for him. Looking on the Detroit side, Plumlee, Dennis Smith Jr. definitely in play. Plumlee, the problem is if he goes against Boucher, I think he'll get in foul trouble. If he goes against Baines, I don't think he'll be in foul trouble. That's the only big issue. Dennis Smith Jr. is starting, so I do like him. Wayne Ellington's back and starting. I do like Steve at 3,200. I don't mind taking a shot at him at value. This value slate is definitely there's a bunch of value on this slate. So let me go real fast and announce that we're live in the Discords. And then we will continue because we still have about 15 minutes. Two more seconds. Okay, so that's why I'm kind of going quickly because we have 15 minutes. We have Bays looking nice. I don't mind Bays starting at 5,700. Brooklyn and Houston, this is a showdown. So I definitely do like this showdown, but on main slate, I do like Harden. I do like Kyrie still. John Wall's definitely in play. With no Eric Gordon, we could see Tate get a bump up. We could see Sterling Brown get a bump up. I don't know what the starting line is going to be yet. That starting line for the Nets and for the Houston Rockets is going to be key to my lineups. Looking at Charlotte and Minnesota, kind of another cross-off game. I know that's surprising because it is Charlotte, but it's just there's not much I want in this game. LaMelo Ball at 9,200. That's a tough price tag. Rozier at 7.9. He could easily fall off a cliff. I don't mind taking a shot on Gordon Hayward at 7.3. PJ Washington's just chalk. I don't really want a piece of that. Karl Anthony Towns at 10,000. I'd much rather go elsewhere like the Vooch or somebody else or Embiid possibly. Like I said, there's not a lot in this game. Chicago, New Orleans. I do like the New Orleans side of the ball still. I do like me some Ingram, some Lonzo, some Zion. Give me some Bledsoe at 5,300, playing over 30 minutes a game. On the Chicago side, it's just Zach LaVine for me. Nothing else really stands out. Atlanta and Orlando. We do have Orlando starting lineup. Fournier is out, which I was talking about that in the first video before we went live. In the video this morning, we talked about what if Fournier is out, which surprisingly he is. I'm surprised he's out because he came back in the game when he got hurt the game last game. So that's surprising to me. Looking at Terrence Ross is starting, so be careful with him because we know how scoring dependent he is. If we look back on his game logs, I mean, it goes from 32, 21, 15, 40, 27, 40, and then we have, again, some 16, some 15, some 11. So the problem with Terrence Ross is, like I said, it's scoring dependent, but if he lights up, he lights up. So 6-3, I'd much rather go down to MCW. I mean, he was starting, so there's you another value piece, but he's not playing north of 25 minutes, so be careful with that. OKC and Dallas, another showdown. I definitely do like this showdown more so than on the main slate. Lucas doubtful. I don't imagine him playing. He's probably going to be out more than likely. So you can go to Zingas easily. Jalen Brunson's going to have to step up. He's going to get starter minutes. Josh Richardson's going to have to shoot the ball a ton. I like that. I like Dorian Finney-Smith. I don't mind taking a shot on possibly Trey Burke, but the thing with Trey Burke is I much rather go to Jalen Brunson because I think he gets the more minutes. So let me tweet this out saying that we're live also because we have about 10 minutes left. And then we will continue. But anyways, OKC side, SGA as a run back option, I definitely do like that. So you can definitely take a shot on him. Horford, I don't like the matchup with Zingas, but still, he's going to be in play on the showdown slate, but not on the main slate. Looking at Roby, I don't like his minutes. I think his minutes are definitely too inconsistent for me, especially with Horford back, so I'm not taking a shot on him. Dort's way too inconsistent for me. It's not really for me either. Golden State and Portland, it's just Damian Lillard for me. I do like that. 10-6 this is going to be a lights-out matchup. Steph Curry, I don't like the love for Steph Curry. He's not really for me. Enes Kanter, 7-5. I do like the matchup for him. You can give me him at 7-5. You can give me Draymond Green at 7-4. Gary Trent Jr. got definitely a shooter at 5'8". I don't mind taking a shot on him. That's what I'm looking at. Lakers and Kings with no LeBron James, no Anthony Davis. It's going to be Chalk Schroeder, Chalk THT. Gasol, Caruso, and Kuzma are questionable, so we need to watch the starting lineup for that. On the Kings, it's just Foxbury and Barnes with no Buddy Hield, which is carrying the Q tag, which I'm assuming he's going to be out. So, like I said, we got to be careful with the value because there's a ton of value. If y'all have any questions, definitely hit me up in the chat. Basically, let's go to showdowns because I like the showdowns on this slate a ton. Talking about the Houston one and the Brooklyn. So you're going to have to be contrarian with who you pick as the values because that's going to be basically the huge key to the slate or to the showdown slate is the values. So if we're looking at values, we don't have the starting line yet because this game kicks off at 6:30. So we should be getting the lineup soon. But looking at the lineup or looking at basically the value pieces, it's going to be Macklemore, it's going to be Matt Jones or Mason Jones. It's going to be basically whoever starts for Houston. So if we're looking at that, it could be PJ Tucker starting, it could be Sterling Brown starting. But we have Nwaba out, we have Gordon, we have Christian Wood out, we have Daniel House out. House's leg looked awful that last game. And so on the Houston side of the ball, they're going to start John Wall. That's obvious. They're going to start Oladipo. That's another obvious guy. I wouldn't mind seeing them start Ben McLemore. I think he's going to get minutes dusting off him. I mean, we've seen him at the beginning of the season look pretty decent. So with him at the beginning of the season seeing around 20 to 25 minutes, I definitely do like me some McLemore. Looking at, like I said, possibly Mason Jones. We've seen him have good minutes. Looking at 16 minutes on the 28th of February, he got you 20 points. On the 15th of February, he got you 13 minutes, 11 points. He's a point per minute guy, so he can definitely get you there. So at 1,000 and 1,000, I don't mind taking a shot on them. You're going to want Harden and Kyrie and John Wall and Oladipo. You're going to want to figure out how to fit them in. So it's going to be all about these $1,000 players on whoever does start for this team. So it could even be KJ Martin. So we don't really know who's going to start for this team. That's going to be the main piece of this. So looking at this, like I said, on the Rockets side, I don't mind me getting some Tate. I don't mind getting some possibly Sterling Brown. I just want the key four of the showdown in the showdown slate of Kyrie, of Oladipo, of John Wall, of Harden. I want all four of those guys. So if you need to figure out how to fit in those four guys into your lineup with having the value there. So that's going to be the key to winning the showdown slate is fitting in Oladipo, Wall, Kyrie, and Harden. You can go Harden at captain or you can go Wall at captain. Those are the two guys I'm going to at captain most likely. So other than that, that should be the strategy for that showdown for Houston and Brooklyn. We just got the lineup for the Hornets, which is Ball, Rozier, Hayward, Washington, Biyombo. They're starting Washington and Biyombo at the same time, which is interesting to me. So be on the lookout for how that works. Looking at the next showdown, which we can talk about, is OKC and Dallas. So looking at this showdown, it's either going to be Zingas or Brunson for me at cap. So one of the two guys is going to be my captain. I definitely want me as a run back with SGA, possibly Horford. Clint Capella just got ruled out, so be on the lookout for that. He's out of here. So, yeah. So on the Dallas and OKC side of the ball, like I said, for the showdown, I definitely want me some Tim Hardaway. I definitely want me some Zingas, obviously, with no Luka. He's doubtful. He's going to be out. Play Zingas, play your Brunsons, play your Hardaways, get you some value in Richardson. You can fit in any of the guys basically that you want on this showdown. Looking at Baisley, Roby, and Dort, I don't really like Dort as much. His usage is inconsistent in my opinion. Roby, I don't like that based on the minutes he gets. Baisley's tough because he can pop off in 2 to 3 games and then all of a sudden just fall off a cliff. So it's hard to get me some Baisley. Maladin, I definitely do like me some Maladin. I like me some Dorian Finney-Smith at 5,000. So again, watch your starting lineups and go from there. So I'm going to basically clean up my lines. We have 4 minutes left. If y'all have any more questions, definitely hit me up in Discord or Twitter. Other than that, thank you all for tuning in. Have a great and safe rest of your night. Have a good one, everybody.